Hello, Mr. Holt's class. Today, we are going to find elapsed time. How can I find elapsed time? Let's go ahead and get started with some vocabulary. Elapsed time is the amount of time that passes from the beginning of an event till its end. Start time is what time something started or began. End time is what time something ended or finished. And to find the elapsed time, we use an open number line, a number line with no numbers or markers to visually aid in the addition or subtraction methods. Let's try a sample problem now together. Asmari started her homework at 5:13 p.m. She finished her homework at 5:49 p.m. How much time did she spend on homework? So with all word problems, we're going to picture this story in our head. It helps us really understand what is going on in the word problem so that it may help us solve it. So we're going to picture Asmari doing her homework at 5:13 p.m. Is that what you have pictured? All right, so let's figure out what times we know. Do we know the start time? Well, if we go back to the word problem, it says that Asmari started her homework at 5:13 p.m. So our start time would be 5:13 p.m. Now our elapsed time is the time it took from beginning till the end. Well, does it say how long it took from beginning to end? It says that she started at 5:13 and she finished at 5:49. But do we know how long that is in between there? No, not yet. That's what we're trying to find. So do we know our elapsed time? Nope. What about our end time? Okay, what time something ended or finished? It says that she finished her homework at 5:49. So we do know that the end time is 5:49 p.m. And then what is the question we are supposed to answer? Well, we are supposed to answer how much time did she spend on homework? That is our elapsed time. Usually, when the question asks how much time, you're going to be finding the elapsed time. All right, let's solve this now together. Here's what we identified before: our start time, elapsed time, end time, and here's the question. We're going to solve it using an open number line, which I drew down here below. So step one is to label this line. When we're using an open number line to solve for time, the start time is always on the left, and the end time is always on the right. We're going to label any start or end times that we know. Elapsed time is always in the middle. So let's start labeling this line. We know our start time is 5:13 p.m. We got that information right here. Our end time is 5:49. That information we got from right here. What we don't know is our elapsed time in the middle. How long it took to get from 5:13 p.m. all the way to 5:49 p.m. How many minutes was that? Let's go on to step two. So for step two, we're going to solve for the missing piece or the elapsed time. Since we know the start time, we begin there and work our way forwards to the right or adding time. We know the start time and the end time, but we do not know the elapsed time. We're going to use jumps to add time from our start time till our end time. Our hint is that we're going to use friendly numbers, numbers that can be easily added or subtracted. Now remember, your jumps can be different than the jumps that I have. Let's go ahead and get started. So here's our number line that we labeled from the slide before. We have our start time always on the left at 5:13. Our end time always on the right at 5:49. And we're trying to solve for this elapsed time. So we want to get from 5:13 all the way to 5:49. So I'm going to go ahead and make a first jump. My first jump is a 10-minute jump. So I'm going to add 10 minutes from 5:13, and it's going to become 5:23. I'm going to go ahead and make another 10-minute jump, and I'm going to add 10 minutes to 5:23 to get to 5:33. Now remember, we know we're done when this number right here reaches 5:49 p.m. It doesn't have to touch this line, but when this says 5:49, we know we are done. Well, it says 5:33, so we're not there yet. So I'm going to make another jump. It's going to be another 10 minutes because 10 minutes is easy to add. I can easily add 10 minutes to 5:33. That gets me 5:43. Now I'm at 5:43. Can I make another jump of 10 minutes? No. 10 more minutes would get me 5:53. 5:53 is past the time that we want. So I'm going to make a smaller jump. Another friendly number that's easy to add is 5. So I'm going to make a 5-minute jump. This 5-minute jump, I'm going to add 5 minutes to 5:43, and that's going to get me 5:48. That gets me a little bit closer, so I'm going to make one more small 1-minute jump, and that's going to get me to 5:49, which is the time that I have here. Notice that my jumps didn't take me all the way to the end. That's okay. As long as I get to 5:49 here, which is the time that I'm looking for Asmari to stop. So once I've reached that 5:49 time, I'm going to take all of these times and add them up. And since I use friendly numbers, they should be very easy to add. 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 5 is 35. 35 plus 1 is 36 minutes. So, how much time did she spend on her homework? The answer is 36 minutes. Let's try a problem on your own. Camille went over to her friend's house to play. She left at 7:07 p.m. She came back at 7:51 p.m. How long did she stay at her friend's house? So picture the story in your head. Camille going over to her friend's house, knocking at the door at 7:07. She came back home at 7:51. So do we know the start time? Do we know the elapsed time? Do we know the end time? What is the question we're supposed to answer? We're going to draw an open number line and we're going to label the line. Remember, our start time is going to be on the left, our end time is going to be on the right. We're going to solve for the elapsed time. We're going to use jumps and we're going to use friendly numbers. Go ahead and try it on your own. Go ahead, pause the video, and then restart it, and I'll show you the answer. Pause the video now. You should have had 44 minutes. Remember, your jumps can be different than what I have. I chose to go from 7:07 to make a 3-minute jump to 7:10. Is 3 minutes a friendly number? Not really, but it got me to a friendly time. Now from this friendly time, I can add 20 minutes, which is a good friendly number, to get me to 7:30, which is another friendly time. 10 minutes of a friendly number gets me 7:40 of a friendly time. 10 minutes from there, another friendly number to a friendly time. And then 1 minute, 7:50 to 7:51. Again, I did not reach all the way to the end, but that's okay because I got my end time of 7:51. Then I just add all of these times together. So I'm going to add my 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 10 is 40, plus 1 is 41, and then I come back here to add this 3 to get me 44 minutes. 44 minutes Camille spent at her friend's house. All right, I hope you got this. If not, it's okay. Go back, rewatch the video, complete the worksheet, and good luck.